Warren Buffett lives in a house he mortgaged himself in 1958 and is notorious for retaining cars for so long that his inner circle thought it would ruin his public image and forced him to upgrade. Welcome to Planet Lux, and in this video we'll take a look into the amazing and extravagant collection of Warren Buffett. What could you possibly give to the man who practically has everything? If you're one of business tycoon Warren Buffett's super rich friends, you might consider adding another pair of wheels to his huge and all-encompassing collection of high-end hypercars and ultra-luxurious limousines, which all well-to-do people must have. You probably wouldn't want to do that to Mr. Buffett because his car collection is rather small. Warren Buffett may be worth tens of billions of dollars, but the size of his numerous Swiss bank accounts is proportional to his conservative nature. 2006 Cadillac DTS. The Cadillac DTS is no longer on American roads, but Warren Buffett made sure to get every mile out of his $45,000 machine, purchasing it new off the factory floor in 2006 and driving it daily for the next 8 years. We imagine Mr. Buffett was smitten by the DTS's plush Rolls-Royce-like interior and soft comfy seats, all at the price of $4 or $5. He must have adored it so much that when his shareholders and youngest daughter informed him that it was time to replace the old DTS, he couldn't be bothered to look for it himself and instead dispatched his daughter directly to the dealer. 2014 Cadillac XTS. They just don't make anything like they used to, as the old adage goes. But we believe this 2014 Cadillac XTS long wheelbase was adequate for Mr. Buffett because it has been his trusty daily driver since it replaced the now defunct DTS. Mr. Buffett is likely to approve of the XTS's upgraded engine, suspension, interior, and standard equipment that were not available on the previous model. This pitifully little car collection would be unacceptable to the vast majority of ultra-wealthy people. Well, tell those folks that there are only a few people in the world who are richer than Warren Buffett, so if he decides to be inexpensive, it's probably because that's what has made him an American success. Today we'll look at the strange narrative behind the cars Warren Buffett loves to drive, and it might surprise you how minimalist he truly is. Warren Buffett is well known for being frugal, so it's not surprising that he isn't excessive with his automobile purchases, though he surely isn't buying clunkers. He did splurge on at least one item in his collection. But when you're one of the world's wealthiest people, the occasional extravagant buy won't break the bank. His typical car buying habits are something that everybody may aspire to, and his one unique purchase is certainly something to be envied. Howard Buffett, Buffett's father, was a stockbroker and then a US congressman from Nebraska. Buffett, who is now 89 years old and was born in 1930, began trading in the stock market when he was 11 years old. As a result, he's been investing for the majority of his life. He intends to give away more than 99% of his fortune. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation will receive a large portion of the funds. In addition, in 2010, Buffett launched the Giving Pledge to inspire others to donate their money. By the way, if you're watching us for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can enjoy our future videos while getting updated. Getting back to the topic, when it comes to cars, Buffett doesn't opt for anything too flashy. He replaced his 2006 Cadillac DTS with a 2014 Cadillac XTS after selling it. The car was priced between $44,600 and $69,095, which is quite reasonable for a billionaire. According to Forbes, General Motors CEO Mary Barra persuaded Buffett to buy the new automobile despite the fact that his old one was only 8 years old and had 19,000 kilometers. She told me approximately 50 things that were improved, Buffett said of the new Cadillacs, according to Forbes. By the time we arrived for lunch, which was only 5 or 6 minutes, she had me sold. Buffett let his daughter make the purchase for him because he was concerned that such a wealthy man would not be able to get a decent deal. While Barra recommended that Buffett buy the Cadillac CTS, he ended up getting the XTS on the advice of the local dealership saleswoman. He then gave his old Cadillac to Girls Incorporated, a non-profit organization that works to empower and encourage girls and young women. The charity was able to sell it at auction for $122,500. Buffett stated in a BBC documentary that he drives just 3,500 miles per year and hence does not require a nice car. This also implies that he believes he does not require a new car on a regular basis. Every day he drives himself to the office, which is only a 5-minute drive from his house. Buffett's daughter revealed that in the past he purchased cars at bargain prices, such as those that had been rebuilt after hail damage. "You've gotta understand, he keeps automobiles till I tell him, this is getting embarrassing, time for a new car," she said in a BBC documentary. Buffett mainly owns American cars, however he was a half-owner of a Rolls-Royce in high school, and he did buy a Volkswagen Beetle for roughly a year in the 1960s. He's mostly owned GMs or Fords since then. Despite being extremely modest, Buffett did eventually purchase a private plane more than 2 decades ago. He received a Bombardier Challenger 600 plane. He must have felt a little ridiculous getting himself a private plane after spending so much time attacking CEOs and others who utilized them. He acknowledged this by referring to the jet as the Indefensible. He must have enjoyed flying his jet because he nicknamed it the Indispensable after a few years. Buffett believed that the only justifiable justification for owning a private jet was for convenience. It allows him to avoid connecting flights and delays, as well as arriving quickly at smaller airports. Because he travels frequently for his work, having a jet makes his life easier. He was so taken with his own plane that he had Berkshire Hathaway buy NetJets, a private jet leasing company in which clients own a fraction of a jet, in 1998. Buffett began his career as an investment salesman while also continuing his education by enrolling in a public speaking course at Dale Carnegie. He went on to teach investment principles to night students at the University of Nebraska in Omaha. During this period, Buffett invested in a Texaco petrol station, which did not fare well. In 1954, he began working for his old Columbia professor Benjamin Graham in a corporation called Graham-Newman Corp. Graham was a firm believer in value investing. After considering the trade-off between a stock's price and its underlying value, he insisted on a substantial margin of safety. Graham is responsible for practically all of Buffett's business theory. Graham had taught him to view stocks as a business and to profit from the market's ups and downs. It is preferable to have a large margin of safety. Buffett has been cited as suggesting that these concepts will be the foundations of investing in 100 years. Buffett had some reservations though, because Graham's exceedingly rigid standards required them to pass up on stocks with high qualitative attributes. He used this expertise and experience when, after Graham retired, he founded his own partnership in 1956. Warren Buffett went to New York City to attend the New York Stock Exchange when he was just 10 years old. While most kids his age were busy playing baseball or football, Buffett decided that traveling to Wall Street was the ideal way to spend his free time. During his visit, he purchased 6 shares of Citi Services, 3 of which he gifted to his sister. Such is Buffett's life. Even before he reached his adolescence, he was thinking about investing in businesses and was charitable enough to share what he had with others. This personality attribute expressed itself in the future, as he grew up to become one of the world's richest individuals as well as one of the most philanthropic philanthropists. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Are you a fan of Warren Buffett? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.